Hello, Cherries, and welcome to Live Cherries Sunday Special Monday, episode 193. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to play the pentatonic scale, pentatonic box that you love in 3 areas all over the neck, playing the same exact shape. And it's really cool. You don't have to learn anything new or different. If you know that box, that pentatonic box, like this. There's some delay on there. If you know that, then this is really going to open up your mind to something really cool. If you don't know this already, and those who know, but if you don't know, you're going to know. So I'm going to give it a little example here. I've got a loop that I created. Actually, I have 3 different loops that I created so that we could get a little different variety of stuff. So check this out. Hello, Jeffrey Boyle. It's going to be a Dorian feel here. Solve that, right? It's Phrygian. All right. Hello, everybody. If you like this video so far, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, all that groovy stuff. So it's just a really cool trick. I played the same shape all over the place. And how many different sounds did I get there? Actually, I got 9 different sounds, to be exact. 9 different sounds from playing the same shape. Now, how is that possible? Playing the same shape and get 9 different sounds from it. I'm going to tell you that in just 1 second. First, I want to say hello to some of you guys out there. And thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit here on a Monday. I know you got a lot of things you could be doing, but you're hanging out here with me. We'll make it quick. We won't drag it out too much. But hello, Jeffrey Boyle. It's good to see you. Ozman. Can't hang too long. That's cool. Well, thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Guitar bass dude. Give you a round of applause for all yous. All right, Finny. Good morning from Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma. Beautiful. Just thinking about the time when I played at the Museum of Musical Instruments out there, the MIM, and what a great gig, what a great place that was. I was just talking about that the other day. So let's get into this here. Now, the first thing, what I did was I played this one position, right? Everyone knows this box. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to use the circle of fifths right here. And, a lot of times when I talk about the circle of fifths, this is going to actually work in your mind without even having to look at this circle. A lot of times I don't even think about the circle. I don't look at it, but I know the patterns and what works here. This first thing we did, we had more of a Dorian feel. So if you're playing the E minor, there's three types of minor, really. And I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this in comments because there's a lot of different minors, but in one key there's really three. I did a video a few weeks ago where I did the two minors and I used Aeolian and Dorian and the confusion between the two, how they were slightly ambiguous between the sounds. And I got comments saying there's three, you left out Phrygian. Well, there's three minors in one. There's that Aeolian, which is natural minor, Dorian, which is more of a bluesier thing, and then there's Phrygian, which I left out because that's so different that no one really confuses, in my opinion, those two. But there are those three sounds in one key. And of course, there's harmonic minor and melodic minor, and there are modes within those that are all minor. But this is just a simple idea of where we're going with this here today. So if you wanted like a Dorian feel, which is the first one that I did, like a Dorian meaning like that real happy type of blues sound, like this one, you're playing like that. That bluesy sound right there. Well, really, I just played the Dorian scale right there. But you figure out what key that is. Okay, we're in E, but the Dorian is really, it's the 2 chord of a certain key. And how we figure that out is like this. If we look at this circle, we see E minor here. Okay, it's in the key of D. If you look at the D section over here, D, which is would be like 2 o'clock, you'll see the relative minor is B. If you look up one, it's E minor, and you look down one, it's F sharp minor. So those three are the minor chords in D. That means that those three minor chords have the 3 minor pentatonic scales, and that's all I played. So I played E minor pentatonic, I played F sharp minor pentatonic, and I played B minor pentatonic. So over E, you could play those 3 pentatonic scales and get a Dorian sound. And that's what I did. Check it out. E minor pentatonic, F sharp minor pentatonic, and B minor pentatonic. I'll give you a little closer look. E minor pentatonic, F sharp minor pentatonic. Do both of them, now B. Now what's cool is you can play the same licks. See how it's going? End up on E. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. It just gives you a whole new thing to play. I mean, if you're sitting there wailing around in E, let's do the same thing in B. Same thing in F sharp. Same exact patterns that you could do, and you're just over a 1 chord vamp. So any questions about this stuff, let me know. And that's getting a Dorian sound. You want to know why? Because here's another thing you have to really kind of pay attention to. You have an E minor chord, right? Think of the notes you're playing on E minor. You're playing the root, E minor pentatonic, the root, the third, minor third, the fourth, the fifth, and the seventh. It's just 5 notes, pentatonic. Those are the 5 notes, so it's safe over E minor. Now, if you play F sharp minor pentatonic, think about the notes you're playing, because still, you're not really playing F sharp minor over that now. You're playing the pentatonic scale, but you're playing it over an E minor, so you got to think of how this is related to E. Well, the F sharp is the 2nd degree, or it's the 9th. That gives you a 9th sound, which is very common, right? Like, listen to the sound. It's a whole new sound right there. It's the 9th. Okay, so what's the next note? A. So how's that A relate to E? Well, it's the 4th. It's something that a lot of people don't really sit on the note, but it's a 4th and it has that sound like... That's the sound of that, which is not in the E minor pentatonic. Well, it is. So you have that there. So what's the next note? The B. Well, you have that in E minor pentatonic, so it's the 5th. What's the next note? There it is. C sharp. That note is outside of the E minor pentatonic, and it gives you that major 6, which is a Dorian sound. And you sit there and listen to the note. Let it ring. Let it ring. Back to E. There it is again. So those are the notes, and then you go to B minor pentatonic, and what does that have? Well, B is the 5th of E, so that's a safe note. D, that's the 7th. That's a safe note of it, the minor 7th. There's your E. Then once again, you have the F sharp, which is the 6th degree. So you can play B minor pentatonic and get some cool notes in there. I'm taking that up because of that position. I'm bending the E up to an F sharp, which is totally different than this one. Same lick. So that gives you a Dorian sound. And what's cool about this is that you could also use pentatonics to get a minor sound and a Phrygian sound. So you could be jamming all day over like an E and play all over the neck. So any questions about this stuff, let me know. Greetings to see you from Germany. All right. Ever hear that song Lost in Germany from C.A.G.E.D? Awesome tune. Really, really awesome tune. Germany. One of the coolest songs I've ever heard in my life. And the greatest drum fill maybe ever in the history of drum fills in that song, Lost in Germany. After this video today, go to Apple Music or something or YouTube and type in Lost in Germany from C.A.G.E.D, and you're going to be blown away. One of my favorite songs of all time. So if you're enjoying this video so far, hit that like button. We're going deep here with some pentatonic fun and madness. So we know this sound already. It's Dorian. You could just play the Dorian mode, you know, and get... So those 3 pentatonic scales make up the 7 notes of the Dorian, E Dorian, which is basically D major. So we're taking D major, and the 3 minor chords that are in D major are E minor, F sharp minor, and B minor. And we're playing, instead of the whole scale, we're playing those 3 minor pentatonic scales, and within those 5 notes, they make up all 7 notes of that scale. So it's fun thing to do. Now, say we don't want to play Dorian. We want to play Aeolian, which is, more of a sadder, natural minor thing. Well, check this out. Okay. Well, E, to play Aeolian, you have to realize that we're now in the key of C. Okay? So if you look at 12 o'clock key of C, where's E minor there? Well, here's E minor. E minor is the 3 chord, because you have D minor would be the 2 chord, A minor is the 6 chord, E minor is a D. So now you have 3 different pentatonics to play over this. Over E, you now have the E minor pentatonic. You have the D minor pentatonic. No, I'm sorry. Let's go back. Let's change this a second. My bad. That would be Phrygian, but we're doing this Aeolian. We're in the key of G. Sorry. So E minor is the natural minor of G. Then you also have the A minor, which is the 2 chord. And you have B minor, which is the 3 chord. So within the key of G for E minor, you have the E minor pentatonic. You have the B minor pentatonic, again, which is the same thing you have in the other key. But now you have the A minor pentatonic in there as well. Okay. So E minor pentatonic, A minor pentatonic, and B minor pentatonic in there. And it gives you a totally different sound. So check out the sound that we have now. Okay, we have, I have a different feel loop too, because I want to get away from some of this ear fatigue stuff and playing the same stuff over and over again. So, just an E minor chord. Pentatonic. I'll play A minor pentatonic, the same lick. B minor pentatonic. So you know this one already because you've played E and B. But instead of that F minor pentatonic, we're going to play A. Now look at what this A minor does to the E. You have that A note, which is the 4th. You have this G note, which is the minor 3rd. The E, the D. There's a C note in there. That's the minor 6th right here. Whereas before, the F sharp minor pentatonic had a B. And there's no B in there. Now it's a C. It had a C sharp before. So you have the C. That's the minor note right there. Minor 6, which gives you. So by playing A minor pentatonic over an E minor chord, you get the natural minor sound. So you can play all these licks. Now, I know some of these notes don't really sit too well, but trying to get the sounds of them here, and we're trying to understand the sounds. So it's good to know within these 3 positions, how can I resolve back to E minor pentatonic? Well, here in the E shape, I'm in E, so it's cool. But if I'm in B, how do I resolve to like an E minor pentatonic position? Well, instead of going all the way up here, back there, there's an E minor within this B minor shape. So check it out. I'll play this. B minor pens. And here's E minor pensa. It's the fourth shape of the E minor pentatonic. So if you know your 5 shapes of the pentatonic, you'll know them everywhere. So now B, back to E minor. So that little difference really makes a big difference. Like look, I'm playing E minor pens, B. So it gives you a nice, you know, idea for phrasing that you might not have normally thought of. See? Watch this. Here's A minor because of that minor sound. Right? Here's that E minor pentatonic. So something really cool. Hopefully you're enjoying that. If you are, hit that like button. Any questions about any of this stuff, please let me know. Oh, switch back over to here. All right. Thank you very much. Hopefully you're getting this. So that's an Aeolian sound. And look, I just played 3 minor pentatonic shapes. Same thing everywhere. I played in B. And I played the same shape in A. You know, why does that work? It's the same way that it worked over the for the Dorian sound, which is in the key of D, right? This one's really the key of G, so it has 3 minors in G. What's the 3 minors in G? Well, you have A, the 2 chord, you have B, the 3 chord, and you have E. So you could play A minor pentatonic, B minor pentatonic, and E minor pentatonic. And within those 5 notes, those 3 scales, that makes up all 7 of the notes in G major or E minor. Just like right here, you have the A, the C, the D, and the E, and the F right there. Next position, you have the B, you have the D, you have the E, you have the F sharp, which is the 7th degree of the G chord, the A and the B again, and of course in E you have E, G, A, B, D, and E. Hello, Robbie! H Love. Thanks for popping in. Good to see you. Give you a round of applause. So we got one last minor, and that's the Phrygian mode. And Phrygian one, I did another type of loop because once again, I'm trying to get away from that ear fatigue. And it's a different mode, so I might as well have a different. I was going to switch keys, but I wanted to show you the simplicity of it all being in E. right there. So you could actually just take E and go, you know what, I don't want it to sound like a bluesy, happy thing, you know? Like that thing, or more of a melancholy. Maybe I want a Phrygian sound, which is more of a... that sound. So here's a third way to do it. So I changed up the rhythm on this as well for loop number 3. And it's basically, I'll show you this circle again. Now check this out. If you want a Phrygian sound in E, we got to think, well, what is E? The Phrygian is the 3rd chord of something, right? So it's actually C. We talked about this by mistake before. So it's really the key of C. If you look in this at 12 o'clock, C up here, you look down in the middle row, and you have these 3 chords. A is the relative minor, D is the 2 chord, A is the relative minor, which is the 6th chord, and E minor being the 3 chord. So you have these 3 minor pentatonics over the E. You have the E, you have the D, and the A. Because, check this out, because in the key of C, here it is, here, picture the shape. E, you have the D, 2 chord, with D minor pentatonic, 3, the E minor pentatonic, and then A. So if you could picture this shape, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 octaves. So 1, 2, D minor, minor pentatonic. 3, minor pentatonic. Here were 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A. So those are the 3 pentatonics. Now watch this. Watch what we'll do here. We'll play a little loop. A little bit different, but we have the an E minor chord, just banging out. So I could play E minor pentatonic right here. And I could play, let's see, A minor pentatonic. Once again, we already did that. So it's that minor 6. We have one more now. D minor pentatonic. So watch this. Here's E. Same riff here in D. Now why is that so weird? Because this D minor gives me an F note. So what happens with an F over an E? Well, that's a half step. It's a minor 9th. There's the Phrygian sound. And that comes from the D minor pentatonic. So we're just jamming. E chord. Do anything in the world here, right? But we want a Phrygian sound. So we're gonna play E minor pentatonic. Okay, that's not Phrygian, that's just E pentatonic. Now if I play D minor pentatonic, the same fingering, same everything, but over here in D, watch what happens. Pretty crazy, right? I love it. I love this. This thing is just so much fun to do. And what's really, really, really cool too is, what if you played, this is a bonus section right here. We just played the straight pentatonic scale. But what if you played the blues scale, which you're adding just the flat 5 of each one of them? Like right here, check this out. We'll go back to the first one. If you had that extra note in there, that the blues scale. So now add that to the three shapes. So remember we were back in the Dorian one, the first one, where I played F, F minor pentatonic? What if I played the F sharp blues scale here? Over F, so that adds like that this extra note. It adds a C note in there. So really, I'm playing over an E note. So check it out. It's a little outside sounding, right? That B. And if I play that blues note, B minor, B blues, the blues scale in B. What does that blue note do? It's an F. So over an E minor chord. So you get that. Now who would normally play that? Would you normally? If you play that B minor right here. So pretty out there. And if I was to do that weird one in Phrygian, and I played E, so I played D minor shape, it's already weird enough by playing an F. So I played the D blues scale here, D minor blues scale. Playing it like a major note over the E. Very outside sounding, huh? Went off the rails a little bit, but that's the whole idea. Sometimes you got to go off the rails. We're live. You never know what's going to happen when it's live. So I don't charge for the bad notes at all. Those are free. What are you guys drinking out there today? I know it's beer o'clock somewhere. Jeffrey. And Billy Bully. You know, I'm going to make an E minor backing track for you, Billy Bully. That, you know, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about this E minor backing track. Trust me. I was going to make it for this video because it's perfect because we're all in E minor here today, but I wound up making 3 loops that are a little bit different. So in the meantime, jam along with this, watch this again, and play along with the 3 different feels that I have here, using the 3 different techniques, and I use the graph of the circle graph, circle of fifths. And if you do want to know more about the circle of fifths, you may already have this already, but in my guitar course, Essential Skills Collection for Guitar, I actually talk about the circle of fifths. I have 2 videos on that. Really, really easy to follow videos. Fretboard Memorization, there's 2 videos on that. The circle of fifths, there's 2 videos about that. Blues soloing, and I actually recently added a 4th section, which is playing 2-5-1s over using the C.A.G.E.D system. 2 more videos on that, so it's great. So check it out. There's a link in the description for the Essential Skills course. It's only $10, so it's really great deal. I say it's like a $400 value if you think of there's 4 guitar lessons in there, you know, for $10, right? So check that out. I appreciate that. Still trying to figure out the circle of fifths. Yeah, well, it's I'll give you a quick little run through of it. You know, when you look at that circle, it's they go in fifths, hence the name circle of fifths. If you look in the middle, it's C. So if you count C, D, E, F, G, going clockwise, that's 5. G, A, B, C. The musical alphabet is only A through G. And then you start all over again. So C, D, E, F, G, G, A, again, so you went back to A. G, A, B, C, D, there's a D. D, E, F, G, A, and so on, all the way around. And it's the same thing in the middle. A, B, C, D, E, E, F, G, A, B. It goes all in fifths right there. Except those are the relative minors in the middle. And that's really it. With circle, it just goes in fifths. And there's, you know, there's tricks and stuff you can learn, like what we did earlier when I looked at say, the key of C, where if you look to the left of it, or counterclockwise, the F, that's a 4th away, because, you know, C, D, E, F, that's 4, but it goes 4ths if you're going counterclockwise, because it's 5ths if you're going clockwise. So F to C, F, G, A, B, C. Not to be too complicated, but if you look at the key of C, if you go back counterclockwise, that's going to be the 4th degree, the 4 chord of the key of C. So F is the 4 chord of C, and G is the 5 chord. And if you go down to that middle section, you see the A minor is relative minor. You go back 1, that's D minor, it's going to be the 2 chord, and E is going to be 3 chord. So there's the 6 main chords of the key of C, leaving out the diminished one, which is a B diminished, right there. B half diminished, really. So if you go to any one of these, it's the same thing applies. Go to B, key of B. It's okay, so here's B. If you go counterclockwise to it, E, that's the 4 chord. If you go clockwise, it's F sharp or G flat. It's an enharmonic. It's the same note, 2 names right there. So there's your 4 chord and your 1, 4, 5. But if you go into that middle section, you go, here's the relative minor, G sharp minor. You go back 1 counterclockwise, that's C sharp minor. That's a 2 chord. You go up 1, E flat minor. That's the 3 chord. Why? Is because we'll look at, you know, B, C, E flat, which is the same thing, D sharp right there. So really, I mean, I don't really look at this too much because I see the guitar, whereas I see the major scale and I see the degrees of it. It's really easy once you start to understand it, is that you'll see it's the same thing right here without even looking at the chart. You know, I looked at the key of C right here, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So once you see the 7 notes, you see the 7 degrees. And that circle of fifths, here's the root. Where's the F? Well, the 4th, here's the F. Here's the 5. So you have C, F, and G, 1, 4, 5. So the two chord obviously is there, 3 chords E. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing as far as the circle. 1, 4, 5, 2, 3, 6. 1, 4, 5, 2, 3, 6. 7 would be a half diminished chord, sound like this. Just wants to lead back to C. So that was just a quick little explanation of it. Now I do, in the video, I have a video out on YouTube. It's actually I'm going to put it in the description and at the end of the video. It's learning the circle of fifths in 7 minutes, and I go through, it's really literally, it's just a 7-minute video, and it just goes really quick through the circle of fifths, and you'll understand pretty much everything you'll need to know about it. And of course, you can go really deep into it, because just like music, in that circle, it looks very simple, and it is very simple, but within that circle lies all of music too. So there's a lot of things that you can manipulate this and turn it inside out, outside in, and just go completely bonkers with it. But at the end of the day, we just want to sound good, and we want to play something that's fun. And that's why this idea is so good, because you're not doing anything different. You're just playing the same thing up a whole step here. And down here. And the fun thing is that this really works over a blues too. If someone's playing blues, do the same thing. That's E minor. Now I'll play the F pentatonic, F sharp. Play the B minor pentatonic, the blues. It all works. And if someone goes to A, B. So you can do it over all 3 chords there if you want to. Experiment with it. Now the other ones won't work as well. Over the Aeolian pentatonics and the Phrygian pentatonics, because those have different notes in them, obviously. And that would be like playing a minor scale over a major blues, and it just doesn't really work. Or it would be like playing a Phrygian mode over an E blues. The only reason the Dorian one works is because people play Dorian over blues all the time. Right? They mix in the minor pentatonic, blues shape. It's part of that hybrid scale. Crazy stuff like that, right? So, if you're enjoying this video so far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. I think we went through pretty much everything we need to go through today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me here today. Really, really cool of yous. I played a gig last night with an ABBA tribute band over in New Jersey, and it was just really, really cool. And I actually use this technique because we do a solo in part of it, and it's just a little D minor vamp. It goes something like that. So instead of playing the D minor right off the bat into my little solo thing, I started off with E. I went, with the D chord. With that D note. What I do is the D, and I hit the E. So it's a fun little thing just to sound a little bit different and keep it very simple. What is my shirt? That's kind of why I wore the shirt today too. I am the man after midnight. I'm the man after midnight. It's kind of a play on the ABBA song, Gimme, Gimme, Gimme. Just gimme, 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 a man after midnight. You know, one of those. I don't want to get a copyright claim on that because I'm humming the melody of this song, but it's, yeah. The manager had gotten me this shirt years and years and years ago. Kind of cool, huh? And I figure it's gold, too. It matched my gold top. Just fun, right? So, awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey Boyle. Very cool. So, if you have any questions about this, we got a few more minutes here. I'm here to answer any questions. You know, we went through 3 different modal sounds. The Dorian one, which I thought was very common. And I did this video because I got a lot of comments on a short that I made. Because what I did, it was 2 weeks ago. I took my long video that I do here live, and I just condense it to a 1-minute shorts. And I put it out there, and a lot of times it gets right to the point of the idea, and we're cutting out a lot of the fat and everything of a live video, chatting and stuff, and bad notes, and so I got a lot of views on that one, and a lot of comments saying there's not 2 minors, you know, because I talked about Aeolian and Dorian, and like, oh my God, there's only 2, and I got a lot of like, wrong, you're completely wrong. Jazz people don't think of Dorian and like that, and I'm just thinking, man, it's just the simplest possible way. I'm just comparing 2. I didn't say there was only 2. I'm just talking about these 2, you know. So I wanted to clarify a little bit in this video by talking about the 3, but at the same time, I wanted to give a new perspective on, you know, what those pentatonics could really do. By just keeping the same pentatonic shape, you're actually going through all the modes here. E minor pentatonic, F sharp minor pentatonic, and B minor pentatonic. Pretty cool stuff. And so that's basically the reason why I did this one here today. You can go really deep into just modes, but you know, not that too many people really are fascinated by modal videos, and they should be, because it's really important to me. And it's music. So any questions, any ideas for future videos? Speaking of future videos, next week I will be not available on the live, so I'm going to do it again on Monday next week. So we'll do it on Labor Day. How about that? September 2nd. It's a crazy week, Labor Day, but we will do this next Monday as well. And hopefully you could join me as well on Monday. Is that Labor Day? Monday? Yeah. And good news, too, is I'm going into the studio tomorrow. I have 3 days booked in a really amazing, top-notch studio where I'm recording a song that I wrote years ago. And usually I recorded my whole last album and the last few songs here in my studio. But this one in particular, it's a very important song. It's a special song to me. And I'm going into the studio and I'm having full band play on this instead of just myself. I have great drummer and bass player. And I might even have some piano and strings on it. But this week I have 3 dates booked. Going in tomorrow to lay down some scratch vocal and acoustic track. Drummers coming in on Thursday. We can do some bass as well and some guitars. And then probably Saturday, do more stuff. And so in a couple weeks I'm going to have possibly the best song I ever written and recorded done and out there in the world. So look for that coming up soon. We'll talk about that more next week and how it went this week. So thank you very much for hanging out. Any ideas, please let me know in the comments section what you'd like to do next week, what's important to you. Because what's important to you is important to me too, because of course I am the man after midnight. So thank you very much. I love you guys. Thank you, Finney. Look forward to it. Very cool. Jeffrey Boyle. Thanks everybody for hanging out for a little bit and popping in and hanging out. Very, very cool of all of you. Really, really appreciate it. Guitar bass dude and all of y'all. Ozman. Couldn't hang long, but just popping in for a little bit. It's really, really cool of you. So thank you very much. Remember, be cool, be kind, and be cherry. And if you want to see that video I made on the circle of fifths in 7 minutes, I'll put it right up there for you. So love yous. Have a great week, and I will see you in the next one. All right. Peace, y'all. Yeah.